Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Gareth here. So before we begin any new project, we ideally need a good, well thought out design brief to begin the design process. As discussed in a previous episode, a good design brief is one that includes all the key information a designer can use to create the best result. Now, it's not always the case that a design brief will be presented to you. Depending on who you're working for or with, you may be given a well-detailed brief, you may be given some verbal instructions, or you may be given no brief at all. Some clients may feel that a meeting will be more beneficial, where ideas and projects can be discussed verbally in a more informal and collaborative scenario. Whatever the case may be, you will want to establish a solid design brief before starting a design project. In this video, I'm going to showcase some free resources you can use to create a brief for yourself in the event you are not given one. If you would like to follow along and acquire these, you can download them for free. The link is in the description. So, in the event you are not issued with a design brief before a project, understanding what the client wants and extracting key information from them to build the brief can be a challenge. Key information will rarely be submitted to you by the client. More often than not, you will have to actively seek the information from the client yourself. Today, there are many ways to acquire the information you need. You can do this over telephone, a Skype call, a meeting face-to-face, or over email via a questionnaire. In my experience, I find using a client brief sheet brings back all the key information I need. This is basically a questionnaire for the client to fill in at the very start of a project. So to collect information from a client, start with the client brief sheet. In the downloadable folder, you will find 3 folders. The first folder is called Project Sheet. In this folder, you will find a text file. This is a basic document I have put together which I send to the client for them to fill in. I use this to extract key information from the client and help them think about the criteria and the project and what it is they want. In my experience, the client is pretty receptive to this and will take some time to fill this in. Now, the next folder is Project Sheet to print. In this folder, you will find one PDF document. If you open this, you will find a blank client sheet. Now, if you plan on gathering information verbally at a meeting instead of over email, you can print this one off and use it to write on to acquire the key information for the project. So here you have the flexibility to use either a print or digital client sheet. So the last folder is Brief Template. In this folder, you will find a template for InDesign and one for Illustrator. These are some documents I have prepared earlier, and I use them to drop in all the information I receive back from the project sheets. So first, I'll open the InDesign template. Once open, you will see that this carries across 3 pages. Here you can paste in any information into each section or customize accordingly. Now, if you press W on the keyboard to activate normal mode, here you can see that I have placed some type in tables to maintain a good structure and some outside. This is all placed neatly into one continuous frame, which carries over onto page 2 to make it easy to manage. The Deliverable section is contained in a separate frame on the second page, and there is an extra page for any additional notes. Now, you may notice that the default font is set to Arial. Now, if you come up to Window, scroll down to Styles and click Character Styles, in the panel, you will see the styles set for the type in this document. Here we see section headers, paragraph, and subheaders. Now, if you decide to click on these, the Character Styles option menu box will open. If you click on Basic Character Formats on the left, here you can change the font properties over on the right, and this will be applied to the document. Do this for each style, and you will be able to apply your own font. Now, should you want to check the boxes to highlight requirements, carefully click on the box stroke, and over in the Tools menu, click the Swap Fill and Stroke arrows just above the fill and stroke color to fill the boxes. So the next template is an Illustrator file. Now, if you do not have InDesign or prefer to use Illustrator, you can use this one. Once opened, you will find this much the same as the InDesign, though with a slightly different layout. This is because Illustrator works a little different from InDesign, and you cannot have frames going over pages here. Here you can also customize the fonts by coming up to Window, scrolling down to Type, then over to Type Styles, and just like in InDesign, you will see the character styles for section headers, paragraph and subheaders. Double click on these and you can edit the styles. So once you have placed in all the key information from your project sheet into the templates, you can then export these off as PDF documents. These can now be shared and discussed with the client for approval or refinements. Once this is all approved, the design process can begin. So that is how you can effectively create a design brief from scratch. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button on my Facebook page. If you'd like to see more videos like this in future, hit the subscribe button. And you can also follow me on Twitter at TastyTunes. Well, that's it for another video. Thanks for watching. Have fun, guys, and I'll see you next time.